Hi there, I'm Gilza Fort-Martinez.
And I am Maria Alfonso.
And together we are Letters to My Therapists. Today we will have a case of conflict with the in-laws. Hi, Mari.
Hi, Gilza.
I'm so glad that you are here with me again today and we get to look at a new letter.
Yes.
Okay.
Here.
So let's go. Today's letter says, I have a difficult relationship with my sister-in-law. She was daddy's little girl. Now that he's gone, she's trying to rope my husband into being available for her as she chooses. My husband is a very caring person, and I see her taking advantage of that. What are your thoughts?
Well, seems like she doesn't like the sister-in-law very much in the way that she expressed herself about that. But I can see here that she's concerned that probably the needs that the sister-in-law has, because the father was pretty much around and maybe validating her. Now that that her father is no longer alive. So she's concerned that that's going to be weight on her husband. Mm-hmm. And probably is concerned about the way that can impact their relationship.
Her relationship, right? Definitely, you said, she says she has a difficult relationship with her sister-in-law. So she is already telling us that it's been there. It sounds like it's been there. And relationships with our families are already challenging. So when we put relationships with our families of now our partners, now we add an additional layer of potentially being very challenging and or conflictual, right? So in-laws in and of itself is a challenge in relationships. What do we do with them? How do we handle them, right? How much do they come into the relationship? How much do we keep them out? How do we do that, right? So the whole thing is challenging.
Yeah, and in this case, I'm curious about the concern that she has are shared by her husband. Does he also feel this pressure because that he's gonna have to be the one that is present for the sister-in-law in this way?
So we're not really sure, right? We got her perspective here, just kind of a glimpse into their relationship, but that's a good point. So yeah, when she says she's afraid he'd take advantage of her, of him, do you think that then maybe he doesn't? He's not concerned about it.
Yeah, that would be a question to ask. I would encourage a conversation. Like, instead of just bringing this as a problem already and bringing this as, okay, I don't like what is happening and I don't like your sister and da-da-da-da. So that's not a smart way to go about it. I will go more from the perspective of, okay, how it is for you, the fact that your sister now may have some more needs, like, are you concerned? Is anything about this that is becoming, pressure for you?
So you're suggesting a conversation from a place of curiosity, right? More asking questions to her husband, to him. How does this all work now? Your father's gone. Your sister has relied on your dad. And I'm just wondering how this all feels for you. Is there the same pressure? So you're suggesting she asks questions before she makes statements?
Yes.
Or accusations?
Yeah, especially in a topic as sensitive as relatives and family. Nobody likes to hear negative comments about the family. Sometimes people agree, they think the same, but when the partner come and tell you, no, because of your sister, da-da-da-da, because your father, da-da-da-da, because your mother, da-da-da-da, people don't really like that. And then they become defensive, and then this becomes a situation like me or your family.
And it becomes now a bigger situation, right?
So yeah, we have to make sure that we don't do those type of like choose them or me, ultimatums. None of that is really helpful to navigate conflicts in relationships.
Right. And it's a it's a really challenging kind of tool to use, right? Like choose, like the ultimatums, as you're saying. I don't know about you, but usually I have found that that's not very effective, and
Not at all.
right.
Because
Okay.
people can become defensive, and then, it's now you attacking my family, then you are attacking me. So really, in a relationship, we have to make sure that our partner feel, included. What you care about, you want to make sure that the other person also is sensitive to that. So you want that for you, then you have to make sure that you also provide that for your partner. So I will say be smart in the approach, to this person that wrote the letter. Just don't come to this with confrontation. Just come to this with, okay, let's talk about this. How is this for you? How you have been feeling? Have you noticed? Is there anything, having any change now in the way that your sister?
That's a good one. Really asking him to reflect, right? Okay. Really asking him to reflect. Okay, what do you see? What's been happening here? And share from a place of love, I'm hearing you say, right? Like, I'm kind of concerned for you, or I'm wondering how this is for you, or how you see this maybe playing out in the future.
Yeah, because imagine, he may be happy. He may say, oh, I'm so glad that finally I'm spending more time with my sister, Paul. And then here she is thinking that this is a problem. It's a problem for her, definitely.
Right.
Could be a problem for him too, but you need to know how he sees that.
So is there an order then, Maddie? Do we have her ask questions first and then share what she thinks, or should she share first and then ask questions?
Usually, for what we see in our dynamics when we work with couples, like asking questions and getting curious, I think the first step is really that, because it's more productive. Because when you start with your opinion, people can get defensive, especially in a topic like this. And we're talking about a family that is still grieving, probably because somebody passed away.
Right. We're not sure where or when, right? The specifics. But the fact is that there has been a loss here at some place. Right. Okay. So asking questions, you're saying. Now, you and I both know we could ask questions like, well, don't you think this is going to be a problem?
Yeah, that's not the question.
That's a question, right?
Not the question that we want. We want an assertive question. We want, can you tell me, open question. Like, can you tell me how you have been feeling regarding your sister?
What are your thoughts on? Have you noticed? Okay. So those are always good prefixes, right? To put at the beginning of a sentence. I'm curious, or I'm wondering, or what are your thoughts about?
Has anything changed since your dad passed away in the way that you and your sister relate? Had you concerned about anything? How are you feeling? All of those, those questions.
So really, how you deliver the question sometimes is as important as starting with the question also, right?
Yeah, and I will encourage her to, feelings aside, like whatever she likes or she doesn't like, the sister-in-law, really focus in the intention. She is concerned about her husband. So if you put that concern first, like don't get fixated in the solution. You may think that the solution is, okay, the sister-in-law has to go away.
Right, we eliminate her.
But that's not the thing. Like you really have to, focusing whatever the concern is, and the solution may come from a totally different direction. Like I will ask, like, what is her role in here? Can she play a role in helping the husband deal with that need of his sister?
So you're suggesting, because she's saying she has a difficult relationship with her sister-in-law. So you're suggesting that possibly if she entered into this with some suggestions or some empathy.
Yeah, compassion, empathy. Can anything change if she is more like a helper for the husband in dealing with this person, instead of being this is your problem with your family? It's like, how can we
How
as a
can we?
unit now navigate this new need of this new pressure.
And navigate is a good word, right? Because we're not suggesting to her that, okay, we have to do whatever the sister-in-law wants, or we have to protect our husband at all costs. Therefore, we got to get rid of the sister-in-law, right? But rather that really she decides to look at this as a we. How can we do this? What are our concerns? What would be ways that we could help your sister and maybe even help your sister to become more independent, right?
Yes.
So you're suggesting she wants to do a little bit of thinking about herself, right? Where she is, how this whole relationship has developed, right, into a difficult one. Kind of her do a little bit of soul searching here.
Yeah, what bothered her so much?
Right? And then you would encourage her to go into a place of curiosity and even see whether this is a problem for her husband. Maybe more of a problem for her than for her husband. And that would be two different kinds of conversations, right? One that has to do with her or one that has to do with supporting her husband in his concerns.
And then what is her role in here? What's really is actions that she can take that she may be a contributor to the solution of this situation.
These are our recommendations for today, and thanks for joining us, and we will see you at our next episode. We want to be the light at the end of the tunnel for you.
Write to us at lettertomytherapist.com and follow us on social media.